Pohnpei is a tropical, volcanic island located halfway between Honolulu and Manila. Pohnpei lies in the middle of the eastern Caroline Islands. The main island, which has a land mass of about 334 square kilometers, boasts a towering, rugged interior. The topography features the lush green mountain rainforest with lowland areas on the outer edges, mangrove forests visible along the shore area, and clear fringe reef and the intertidal lagoon. Like some other islands in the region, it has a long rainy season with over 300 days of rain yearly. Coupled with average daily temperatures of 28 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit, this climate nurtures tropical vegetation. Formed by volcanoes and shaped by wind, waves, and rain, its landscape is made up of rugged mountain ridges, deep valleys, and flat floodplains, surrounded by rugged shores and coral reefs. As an agrarian society, the people in this region rely on subsistence farming, cash crops, and fishing to provide food for the island's population. Trees are a valuable and precious resource to the island. They provide a multitude of fruits, nuts, and other foods, as well as material for carving, construction, canoes, and firewood. They also provide protection from rain, wind, sun, and salt spray. For thousands of years, farmers of these islands have developed complex farming systems with a number of techniques that ensure sustainability. Agroforestry integrates trees, shrubs, and crops, shielding precious soil and crops from the harsh winds, rain, and salt water. Trees coexist with other crops to help build the soil and provide valuable nutrients and mulch. Agroforestry is a modern term for farming systems that integrate trees, crops, and animals. These proven systems have evolved for thousands of years and are important to the ecosystem. Today, many landowners utilize the practices of agroforestry and sustainable agriculture without necessarily realizing the current terms for what they are doing. Some farmers have given in to the economic pressure to raise pure stands of cash crops or monocultures. When this occurs on the sloping lands traditionally used for agroforestry, the hillsides are often clear-cut. While in the short run it may seem profitable, the long-term damage to the ecosystem can be severe. A challenge to today's agroforestry extension agents is to assist in identifying technologies and practices that support the production of cash crops within these traditional systems, while still having a positive net impact on the environment. Traditional island farmers have been practicing sustainable agroforestry for centuries. Long before the term agroforestry was developed, these farmers were masters of modern agroforestry's basic principles. There is much the modern agriculturist can learn from an examination of these systems. Modern agriculturists define agroforestry as a dynamic natural resources management system where trees and shrubs are integrated with crops and livestock. The land, animals, crops, and trees are managed as a whole system. The system is managed to obtain the most benefits while still protecting and nurturing the environment. Currently, social and economic pressures are changing agriculture on the islands. There is an increase in the desire to supplement or replace traditional crops with cash crops. Frequently, these efforts include using production methods not always appropriate for tropical agriculture production. Past experience has shown the production of cash crops using intensive plow-based monocultural practices on sloping lands can be costly and environmentally damaging to the island's fragile ecosystem. Population growth, increasing economic needs, and environmental concerns, as well as a shortage of arable land, make it crucial to preserve and modify these traditional island systems to include cash crops in a sustainable and efficient manner. Modifying an agroforestry system to provide higher economic returns is more than simply including cash crops. The key is to maximize the number of beneficial connections formed between trees, crops, and other elements on the farm. For example, alley cropping is an agroforestry practice that integrates nitrogen-fixing trees and shrubs in with other crops. Trees provide both nitrogen fertilizer and mulch for the crops. With proper design, this technique can also provide such benefits as erosion control, wind protection, animal fodder, and food. Alley cropping could save the farmer money that would otherwise be spent on fertilizer. Some agroforestry systems are very simple, forming just a few connections between the various components. Other agroforestry systems are more complex, their form and function ultimately resembling a multi-storied forest. In order to get an idea how agroforestry can best be put into practice, let's take a brief look at some of the key agricultural components of systems found on Pohnpei.